My beloved child, take a moment and hear me, for I am the one who formed you and breathed life into your soul, and I have longed for this chance to gently remind you of who you truly are. I see your heart brimming with longing for something beyond the limitations of this world, and I want you to know that my love encircles you at every turn, wrapping you in a safety that nothing can breach. Remember, you are never alone, because I am right here, holding you in an eternal embrace, urging you to trust in my goodness and promise. Do not allow fear to shadow your heart, for I am your refuge, your shield, and your everlasting hope. Yes, my child, I am here, ready to walk with you through every chapter of your life, bestowing grace and compassion upon your every step. You are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love. I want you to know that before the foundations of the earth were set in place, I already saw your face, I already knew your name, and I cherished you as my precious jewel. I have watched you grow, and I have counted every tear that fell from your eyes, even when you felt no one else was paying attention. Let your heart find peace in the truth that I see beyond your struggles. I know every dream stirring in your soul, and I prepare marvelous paths for you. Do not doubt your worth, for I created you in my own image, reflecting my glory in the uniqueness that is you, filled with gifts that only you can bring forth into the world. Stand firm in the knowledge that I treasure you, rejoicing every time you lift your eyes toward me in faith and expectation. This is just the beginning, my child, for I will carry you on wings of promise into the future I have ordained for you. Do not fear the shadows of the night, for my light shines all the brighter in the darkness, and I shall be your torch to guide your every step forward. I am well aware of the troubles that pounce on your mind and cause you to shiver in secret, wondering if help will come in time. Trust that I am orchestrating every detail, weaving beauty from what seems broken and hopeless, and bringing strength to your fragile places. I see you when fatigue creeps into your bones, when the heaviness of life's burdens tries to rob you of your joy. Take heart, for I am the very source of your renewal, breathing life into your weary frame and uplifting you with my steadfast hand. Hope does not fail when it is anchored in me, so remain steadfast and courageous, for my presence dispels doubt, and my promises are never void. I know the storms that rage around you, and I stand as your eternal shelter, your sanctuary in a tumultuous world that often seeks to drown out peace with chaos. Do not let despair take root, for I am here, bending low to catch your every whisper, ready to shield you with heavenly protection that defies logic. Yes, the winds may howl and the rains may fall, but I hold you close, ensuring that no tempest can sweep you away from my loving grasp. Cling to the assurance that I have set my angels about you, vigilant guardians that ward off the shadows that aim to bring you harm. Today is a new day, a day where my arms open wide, waiting for you to step into the refuge of my loving kindness. Let your heart be filled with hope, for you do not stand alone against the storms of life. I am the author of life, knitting every fiber of your being with intentional care, and I yearn to see you flourish in all that I have laid out for you. You are my masterpiece, a handiwork of priceless worth, bearing my fingerprints in every cell of your body, though you may struggle to believe this truth at times. Do not shrink back in doubt, wondering if you measure up to the expectations that swirl around you, because my measure of love goes beyond any human standard. Remember, you were never meant to compare your path with another's, for your uniqueness is a precious element that I celebrate continually. Bask in my delight, for I fashioned you to carry light into dark corners, to smile with compassion at those who feel forgotten, and to reflect my heart in every season. Rejoice in your uniqueness, for I have called you by name, and nothing in heaven or on earth can diminish the worth I have placed within you. I know how easily you get overwhelmed by the battles that rage in your thoughts, how fear tries to paralyze you, whispering that you cannot overcome. Allow my truth to stand mightily against the lies that would diminish your hope, for I have imbued you with resilience that comes from my Spirit. When doubt knocks on the door of your mind, let faith answer, for I am the one who parts seas and moves mountains, not by human might, but by my power. Take comfort in my desire to strengthen you at every twist and turn, because I walk the road beside you, ensuring that you do not stumble in isolation. Even when you feel lost in the maze of your own anxieties, remember that I have gone before you, preparing a clear path that beckons you toward victory. Believe in the promise that you were created to thrive, for my grace will always prove sufficient. I also see your longing for a place to rest, a quiet sanctuary where you can lay your burdens down without fear of judgment. And I say to you, come and pour out your heart before me. Do not hold back any tear, any concern, any thought that weighs you down, for I am your comforting Father, ready to gather you into my embrace. Trust that my shoulders are strong enough to carry the weight that feels too heavy for you, and I delight in being the safe haven for your every sigh. I know your weaknesses, your failures, the moments you wish to erase from memory, yet my love is never withheld because it is grounded in my faithful nature, not your performance. Embrace this moment, draw nearer, and find that I supply a rest that refreshes your soul, equipping you to rise anew. Through every trial, I remain steadfast, and you, my beloved, will never be forsaken. Sometimes you feel that you are the only one grappling with heartbreak, or perhaps you think your past mistakes make you unworthy of my care. But I want you to abandon these harmful thoughts. In my eyes, you are cherished beyond measure, a cherished treasure that I hold close, even if you fail to see the evidence of my affection. Do not let the harsh judgments of the world define you, for my definition of you is locked in my unwavering love, sealed with the unbreakable covenant of grace. Know that no matter how many times you falter, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, ready to welcome you back into the warmth of my presence. Rise in confidence, because I see the gold within you, the potential blossoming beneath your insecurities, and I promise to bring forth fruitfulness from every area of your life. Oh, how I recognize the endless nights you have spent wrestling with fears over your family, your finances, and the direction your life is heading. Yet I speak peace into every storm you face. I am the God who multiplied bread and fish to feed thousands, the one who brought water from a rock in a desert wasteland, and I have not changed. Trust that I am your provider, the same God who lines the skies with the colors of dawn, faithfully bringing new mercies every morning. So do not let anxiety take hold, worrying that tomorrow might bring something you cannot bear, for I supply sufficient grace for each day as it unfolds. My hand upholds you, my spirit empowers you, and my promises light your path. So embrace the hope that refuses to be extinguished because my resources are beyond your imagination. Take comfort in my unwavering protection, for when I say I am your shield, I mean that I cover you from all directions, standing guard over your heart and mind. When the enemies of doubt or discouragement attempt to invade your thoughts, remember that I have equipped you with a strength you may not see but can trust. I am like a fortress around you, and no tactic of the adversary can prevail against the might of my love. My child, keep your eyes fixed on me, for I am the one who conquers every foe, silencing the mocking voices that try to tear you down. You are safe under my watchful gaze, for I never sleep, never become weary, and never forget my promises. This day be at peace, for my presence stands between you and every harm that seeks to approach. Come to me with your prayers, no matter how small or trivial you believe they may be, for I delight in hearing your voice and communing with you in every moment. Do not wait until you have all the right words or a perfect heart, because I already know the unspoken petitions of your soul and long to connect deeply with you. Even if your prayer is just a sigh or the quiet tears that roll down your cheeks, I absorb every drop and respond with gentle compassion. Let prayer be as natural as breathing, an outpouring of your heart that recognizes I am near. For in true connection with me, burdens become lighter, hope becomes stronger, and faith flourishes. Rejoice in our fellowship, for it warms my heart to know you trust me enough to share every corner of your life, good and bad. Today, make room to speak with me and watch how I answer with grace. In your darkest nights, when loneliness seems to suffocate and the world feels as though it has turned its back on you, remember that I have carved you into the palms of my hands. The nails once driven there serve as an eternal testament of my devotion, a sacrifice made to free you from every chain. Do not doubt the potency of my grace, for it is the power that transforms the broken into the redeemed, the lost into the found. Hold on to the promise that I am actively shaping your future, orchestrating circumstances for your benefit, so that even in trials you grow stronger and reflect my glory. Understand that you are greatly loved, abundantly blessed, and perpetually cherished, no matter how dire your circumstances appear. Cling to me when you are weak, and know that my strength is perfected within you, ensuring your triumph. I see the wounds that life has inflicted, the betrayals that stung you more deeply than you can say, and I want you to recognize that I am the balm for every pain. Let not bitterness take root in your heart, for I bring healing in ways that surpass mere human understanding, restoring your spirit until it shines once more with radiant faith. Do not be consumed by the injustices you have encountered or the opportunities you believe have slipped away, for I am able to renew all things. The cross stands as a symbol of my boundless mercy, bridging the chasm between what is broken and what is redeemable, a reminder that light conquers darkness. Trust that I am able to take your heartache and shape it into something meaningful, forging a testimony that encourages others who face similar battles. With me as your caretaker, no wound will remain unaddressed, no sorrow left unresolved. Beloved, do not fear the opinions of others who belittle your aspirations or question your worth, for your identity comes from my love, not their flawed perceptions. I fashioned you with creativity and purpose, placing in you a seed of destiny that I will nurture until it blooms. You do not have to chase validation in places that offer only fleeting approval, because my affirmation will steady you and keep you anchored in truth. Take courage to step out in faith, whether in small acts of kindness or grand leaps toward your calling, because I stand behind you, clearing obstacles along your path. Delight in the knowledge that you have an all-knowing God guiding your footsteps, ensuring that your ambitions align with the wonderful plans I have sketched out for you. Trust that your worth does not hinge on human accolades, but on the reality that I love you beyond measure. Today, I invite you to see yourself through my eyes, to perceive the brilliance of your soul that mirrors the goodness I deposited there. Let go of shame, that voice that insists you are not enough, that tries to pin your failures upon your identity. Remember, my grace is a gift that surpasses the boundaries of your mistakes and shortcomings. My Spirit will equip you with wisdom and courage to rise, to shine, to be the reflection of my heart in a world that yearns for compassion. So do not linger in the shadows of regret. Rather, step into the radiance of my forgiveness, for I have wiped your slate clean, and I call you my beloved. Be renewed, be strengthened, and be convinced that your presence on this earth is a deliberate part of my plan to spread hope and love. In the quiet moments, when you question your purpose or worry that time is slipping away, reflect on this. I have already prepared a journey that is uniquely suited to your gifts, experiences, and innermost desires. I will not waste the lessons you've learned, nor the tears you've shed, for each thread is woven into the grand tapestry of your life. Let gratitude overflow in your heart, for I have sustained you through adversities and carried you through seasons of despair, proving my faithfulness time and again. Acknowledge that I am the one who has orchestrated every divine appointment, every unexpected blessing, every opportunity that seemed too good to be coincidence. Rejoice that you are not an accident, but a chosen vessel carrying the aroma of my love into the spaces where hope seems dim. Embrace my presence and find peace in the knowledge that your destiny is safely cradled in my hands. I know that sometimes the silence can feel overwhelming, and you yearn for immediate answers, for signs that I have not forgotten you. Patience is a treasure in my kingdom, for it refines your faith, teaching you to trust in my timing rather than your own. Resist the urge to measure your progress by the world's standards, because my ways transcend human logic, and I see the tapestry from beginning to end. When I delay, it is often because I am preparing something far richer than what you have imagined, or I am refining your heart to receive the fullness of my promise. Take heart in the knowledge that I move in perfect precision, ensuring that every detail aligns with my will for your life. Rest assured that I have not forsaken you, and in due season you shall reap if you do not lose heart. Therefore, do not fear your limitations or worry that you lack the skills to accomplish the dreams I have placed within you, for I am the God of limitless possibility. Trust me, for I hold the keys to doors you have yet to see, and with my guidance, no barrier can remain closed to you. Though the world may say you are too old, too young, too flawed, or too different, remember that my strength is perfected in weakness. I specialize in transforming the unlikely candidate into a vessel of great impact, confounding the wisdom of those who doubt the reach of my power. Do not allow self-doubt to stifle the fire within, but come to me in prayer, and I will fan the flames of your passion until you shine with unwavering conviction. Keep your heart open to my whispers, and you will discover that nothing is impossible with me. I urge you, let faith arise. Faith that takes small steps, that does not always see the full picture, but trusts in my guiding hand each day. Faith that refuses to let adversity silence its praise, that grows in the fertile soil of perseverance, and that recognizes my goodness even when circumstances appear bleak. This faith becomes your shield against the onslaught of despair, for it aligns your heart with my truth, reminding you that you are chosen, treasured, and protected. Embrace this faith as a mighty force, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and your outlook, and watch how it lifts you to new heights of hope and peace. I say this to you now: let your faith flourish, for I will never disappoint those who earnestly seek me. And yet, be prepared, for faith is not always comfortable. It may call you to steps that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Do not draw back from challenges, but rather see them as my invitation for you to witness my power in ways you have not yet experienced. When you face giants in your path, remember that I am the same God who guided a shepherd boy to topple one with a single stone. When you come to a Red Sea moment, trust that I am still the God who can part waters and create a way where there seems to be no way. My dear child, courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means pressing forward despite it, confident that I am your ally and deliverer. So take my hand, press on, and soon you will marvel at what you can accomplish through my grace. As you journey through life, remember to keep your heart tender toward those around you, for I cherish compassion above many earthly achievements. Notice the forgotten, the lonely, the broken-hearted, and become a channel of my love to them, reflecting the kindness that I have shown you. Do not wait for grand platforms to make a difference, because sometimes the simplest gestures, a kind word, a comforting hug, a gentle prayer, can spark a transformative encounter. You are my ambassador, my representative of compassion, and as you do these small acts with love, you reflect my heart in a world desperately searching for hope. By caring for others, you nurture your own spirit, anchoring yourself in the reality that we are interconnected, designed to carry one another's burdens. Rejoice each time you sow seeds of kindness, for you mirror the nature of your Heavenly Father, who is love itself. Seek me not out of obligation or fear, but out of genuine longing. For I desire a relationship that resonates with tenderness, not ritualistic formality. Talk with me throughout the day, share your triumphs and defeats, and invite me into every detail of your life, whether joyful or mundane. Let my words guide your decisions, for in them you will find the wisdom to sidestep pitfalls and embrace opportunities that align with my kingdom. My word is alive, sharper than any sword, dividing truth from falsehood, and it will illuminate the path before you, no matter how confusing the world becomes. If you feel distanced from me, know that I have not moved. My arms remain outstretched, waiting for you to return and rest in my presence. Experience my friendship that surpasses all comprehension, and you will see how intimacy with me transforms even the ordinary into something divine. I see your longing for deeper meaning, for significance that transcends mere survival or worldly success, and I assure you that such meaning is found in me. Let go of the notion that your worth depends on your accomplishments, for your primary calling is to dwell in my love, and let that love shape everything else. When your focus shifts from the metrics of society to the whispers of my spirit, you will find that fulfillment is not about accumulation, but about surrender. Surrender your ambitions into my capable hands, and watch as I return them refined, brimming with divine purpose. Surrender your hurts, and I will replace them with healing. Surrender your fears, and I will embolden you with courage from on high. When you yield to me, you do not lose yourself, but instead discover the truest version of who you are. Remember, too, the power of thanksgiving. Even now, practice gratitude for the blessings that have illuminated your path, the loved ones you cherish, the lessons learned in difficulty, and the grace that has carried you through. A grateful heart sets your perspective aright, reminding you that you are surrounded by my faithfulness each day. Do not dwell on what you lack, but let your lips overflow with praise for the abundance you have received, and watch how this posture of thanksgiving multiplies your joy. I have opened countless doors and placed timely provisions along your journey, and I will continue to do so, for my resources are unending. Indeed, rejoice, for I am the one who fills every cup until it overflows, ensuring that my children never truly thirst. When you stumble, as all do in this life, do not hide from me in shame. I know your frailty, your bent toward mistakes, and I still draw you close because my compassion triumphs over judgment. Remember the story of the prodigal child who squandered his inheritance in reckless living, yet was welcomed home with rejoicing and feasting. Such is my stance toward you every time you take a step back in my direction. Let conviction, not condemnation, be your guide, leading you to repentance that restores your fellowship with me and renews your spirit. Your failures do not define you, my love does, and it is this love that beckons you to rise again, assured of forgiveness that covers your past and hope that ignites your future. Be mindful, my child, of how you speak to yourself. Words carry power, and the echoes of your own voice can fortify or tear down the confidence I have placed within you. Stand guard against negative self-talk, instead choosing to declare my truths over your life, that you are loved, redeemed, chosen, and capable through my strength. Let the reassurance of Scripture anchor your self-image, countering every label or limitation the world may attempt to place upon you. Often, your most significant battle will be in the realm of your thoughts, and I have equipped you with my word to overcome. Remind yourself daily, I am never alone, for God is with me, empowering me to walk in His victory. And watch how perspective shifts as you align your mind with heaven. As you traverse the deserts of dryness and the valleys of darkness, hold on to the promise that I am there, a stream of living water refreshing the depths of your soul. I use every season to cultivate growth, even those that feel desolate or harsh, refining your spirit to become more like my Son. When the heat of trials becomes overwhelming, remember that I shade you with my care, and I produce fruit in you that can flourish in any climate. Do not be disheartened by the length of the process, for waiting is never wasted in my economy. Endure with trust, and you will see that the harvest of character, wisdom, and maturity will be bountiful, exceeding what you could have imagined at the outset. You may wonder if I see the dreams hidden in your heart, the secret yearnings that you hardly dare to voice out loud. Yes, I see them all, for I placed many of those desires within you, intending them to blossom for my glory. Keep cultivating those dreams with prayer, watchfulness, and perseverance, and do not be swayed by discouragement when they do not come to fruition on your preferred timeline. There is a season for every purpose under heaven, and as you patiently wait, I work in the unseen realms, causing all things to align for your good. Continue to step forward in faith, for I reward persistence that is anchored in trust, and I shall crown your diligence with fulfillment in due time. Let hope remain kindled, for my plans for you are not to harm you, but to prosper you, giving you a future and a hope. Each day, my child, choose the posture of your heart. Will you allow resentment and bitterness to cling to your soul, or will you give them to me, trusting that I can handle your hurts more effectively than you can? Release the burdens that weigh you down, unforgiveness, regrets, grudges, and watch how your spirit begins to soar when freed from these chains. My ways are higher, and though it may feel counterintuitive to let go of anger when you have been wronged, you will find that liberation lies in forgiveness. I am your vindicator, and I see every injustice, storing up mercy for you and working all things to your favor in the fullness of time. Let your heart be light, for I have shouldered the heaviest burdens so that you may walk in freedom. In every storm, take courage, for I am your captain, guiding your ship through tumultuous waters, ensuring you reach the harbor of safety. The waves may tower, the wind may shriek, and you might feel your resolve falter, but keep your gaze on me, and you will find that I never falter. In the darkest nights, remember that dawn unfailingly follows, and my faithfulness is renewed with every sunrise. You can rest, knowing that your well-being is in the hands of the one who commands the winds and the seas. Let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind, silencing the storm within, even when the storm without rages unabated. Stand firm and unafraid, for my presence is the anchor that holds you steady. When you celebrate, remember to invite me into your joy, for I dance with delight when I see you happy and fulfilled. Every blessing, every success, every moment of laughter is magnified when you recognize the giver of these gifts. I find joy in your celebrations, so do not hesitate to lift your voice in praise and thanks, acknowledging that your blessings are a reflection of my generous heart. Let your gratitude overflow, inspiring others to see that my goodness is inexhaustible and my love is unmatched. Rejoice with those around you, share in their triumphs, and let a culture of unity and compassion shape your communities. Through these shared moments of gladness, my name is exalted, and the bonds between you and others are strengthened by love. Look around at creation, at the craftsmanship in every flower petal, the symphony of birdsong at dawn, the majesty of mountain peaks piercing the horizon. All of it bears the imprint of my artistry, reflecting hints of my glory in colors and textures you can touch and see. Let nature be a reminder that I am the maker of beauty, the one who orchestrates the rhythms of day and night without fail. Just as I sustain the sparrow and clothe the lily, I will provide for you, ensuring that your needs do not go unmet. Be still in the midst of nature and sense my presence there, as I whisper assurances into your heart that I remain the same creator and provider, working ceaselessly in your life. Take confidence in this unchanging truth, and let wonder fill your soul. I long for you to rest in the knowledge that you are fully known and fully loved. There is nothing you can hide from me, yet I embrace you with a love that transcends any human understanding. My desire is for you to flourish under my guidance, becoming who you were meant to be, unburdened by shame or disillusionment. Open your heart to my transforming power, and I will mold your character, aligning it with virtues that stand the test of time: love, patience, kindness, humility, and faithfulness. My child, I celebrate each step you take toward righteousness, rejoicing in your victories and consoling you in your defeats. You are always wrapped in my affection, and I remain the steady presence that guides you forward with unceasing devotion. When guilt assails you, recall that my mercy is ever present, offering you grace to begin anew. You do not walk this road alone, for I have placed my Spirit within you, a counselor who whispers truth and convicts not to condemn, but to steer you back onto the path of life. Embrace the nearness of my Spirit, the gentle nudges that encourage you to turn away from what harms you, and embrace what uplifts your soul. A holy life is not about rigid rules, but about discovering the fullness of joy and communion with me, free from the shackles of destructive choices. If you stray, simply return, for I am always ready to receive you, to cleanse you of the shadows that cling to your heart, and to wrap you once more in robes of righteousness. Stand on the solid ground of my promises, for they are more reliable than the changing winds of human opinion or the fleeting nature of circumstances. My word shall not return void. What I have spoken I will fulfill, in my time and in my way, accomplishing a plan that far surpasses your imagination. Even when you cannot perceive the movement of my hand, trust that I am working all things together for your good, aligning the universe to uphold the future I have ordained for you. Take the sword of my word as your defense, and the helmet of salvation as your assurance. For nothing can separate you from the love I have for you. You are protected, cherished, and called, set apart for greater things than you may comprehend right now. Keep your heart open and watch the wonders I will unveil before you. In the quiet center of your being, I place my peace, a peace the world cannot replicate, a calm that transcends mortal logic. Let this peace guard your heart when you read the news of turmoil, when anxieties threaten your well-being, or when fears about tomorrow cast long shadows over your day. Let it anchor you in faith, reminding you that you serve the one who already holds the future securely. Maintain this peace by abiding in me, remembering that your heart finds its home, its steadiness, in my presence. My peace is not a fleeting emotion, but a steadfast state of rest, born from trust in my sovereignty. As you dwell in this peace, you will notice that worry loses its grip and hope rises victoriously. Observe the changing seasons of your life with acceptance, for each stage brings lessons and moments of grace uniquely fashioned to shape your heart. Whether you find yourself in a season of sowing dreams, watering them with prayer, or reaping the harvest of promises fulfilled, I am there, faithfully orchestrating every phase. Do not begrudge the cycles that seem slow, for within them I cultivate resilience, humility, and the readiness to steward the blessings you will receive. Cherish the process, for it enriches your relationship with me, teaching you that true joy is found not merely in arriving, but in walking every step with me. Let your soul bloom like a well-tended garden, nourished by my presence and pruned by my wisdom, radiant with the fruit of my Spirit. My child, I speak now to the tender places in your soul that have been bruised by disappointment and unmet expectations. Take solace in the truth that my purpose for you remains unshaken, that I can use even your stumbles to create a glorious outcome. Do not be defined by the rejections of the past, for I specialize in turning what seems like a failure into a stepping stone toward destiny. Keep believing in the dreams I have sown in your heart, and let perseverance be your companion, for the fullness of your harvest is on its way. Trust in my perfect plan, and lay your anxieties before me, for I will exchange them for courage and clarity. Fix your gaze on the horizon of my promises, for you will see the dawn of new beginnings if you do not lose heart. I encourage you to keep your eyes open for the little miracles unfolding around you, the small blessings that dot your daily routine, often overlooked in haste. Perhaps it is the laughter shared with a friend, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the gentle breeze carrying the scent of new possibilities. Each of these is a reminder of my attentiveness, my desire to sprinkle joy along your path, to draw your attention back to gratitude. Cultivate a spirit that notices the wonders in everyday life, and your heart will overflow with praise. You will see that I am a God of detail, from the grand display of galaxies to the delicate artistry of a butterfly's wings, and you, my beloved, are treasured above them all. Even when trials press in from every side, do not let your worship be silenced, for there is a power in praise that lifts your spirit above circumstances. When you choose to exalt my name despite the storms raging around you, you align your heart with eternal truths, reminding yourself that I remain enthroned above every challenge. Worship is not limited to music or a ceremony. It is a posture of surrender and adoration that cements your trust in my sovereignty. Let your songs, your prayers, your reflections be an anthem of hope that proclaims my faithfulness in all seasons. As you praise, you invite my presence into your reality, making way for the miraculous to unfold, releasing the chains that attempt to bind you. I notice every sacrifice you make in love, every time you extend kindness to someone who could never repay you, every tear you shed for another's pain. These offerings are precious in my sight, for they reflect my heart and carry my fragrance into a hurting world. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due time you will reap a reward if you remain steadfast. Your compassion, fueled by my love, carries a weight that can shift the atmosphere, melting hearts hardened by despair. By walking in love, you become my hands and feet on the earth, tangible proof that I am active and near. Embrace these moments of service, for they refine your soul and expand your capacity to experience my joy. Be cautious about the company you keep, the voices you allow to speak into your life, and the influences you entertain in your mind. Fill your environment with words of life, relationships that encourage your faith, and habits that draw you closer to me. Though you cannot avoid the world, you can guard your heart so that negativity does not take root. Seek fellowship with others who hunger for my presence, and grow together in unity. bearing one another's burdens and celebrating one another's victories. Let your community be shaped by grace and truth, guiding you to stand firm in a culture that often chases fleeting desires. In unity, you will find strength, for I inhabit the praises of my people, knitting them together into a family of faith. Take time to rest, my beloved, not merely in the physical sense, but in your soul, releasing the constant striving that leaves you weary and unfulfilled. I created you with a need for sacred pauses, intervals in which you can recharge and refocus on what truly matters. In rest, you rediscover the serenity of my presence, the wisdom that emerges when the noise subsides, and the peace that anchors you in the midst of a restless world. Acknowledge that you are not a machine, but a cherished being, worthy of gentleness and care. Turn off the clamor and sit with me, allowing silence to be a canvas where I paint the colors of revelation, speaking to your heart in ways you might otherwise miss. Cherish these moments, for they fortify you for all that awaits you. Just as the shepherd searches for the one lost sheep, leaving the 99 behind, I seek you out when you stray, my heart longing to bring you back into my fold. Never believe the lie that you have gone too far from my grace, for my arm is never too short to save, my mercy never too shallow to forgive. Return to me with a contrite heart, and watch how I clothe you with dignity, crown you with purpose, and celebrate your homecoming with heavenly rejoicing. I delight in finding what was lost, in resurrecting hope where despair once ruled, in mending what others deemed irreparable. Let this truth become the anchor of your faith. I am the God of restoration, able to restore what the locusts have devoured, bringing abundance where famine once thrived. When your spirit is stirred toward new horizons, do not hesitate to act in alignment with my leading, for I equip you with every resource necessary for the tasks I set before you. My child, step out of the boat, like Peter did, and keep your eyes on me, trusting that the waves beneath your feet cannot swallow you as long as you hold on to my hand. Fear may scream that you are incapable, unworthy, or unprepared, but my power is magnified in your surrender. I am not searching for perfect vessels, but willing ones, hearts that say yes even when the road seems uncertain. Lay aside any excuses or procrastination and move forward boldly, for I will not let you fall beyond my reach. In the realm of prayer, learn to listen as well as to speak, for I cherish your words, but I also have much to share with you. Quiet your heart long enough for my whispers to resonate, for my voice often comes gently, requiring your stillness to hear clearly. When you sense a nudge in your spirit, respond with obedience, for in that moment, my guidance is manifested in your life. Prayer is an exchange, a holy conversation that shapes your desires, aligns your will with mine, and awakens your spirit to the reality of my presence. Make room for silence in your prayer life, that I might impart new visions, creative ideas, solutions to your perplexities, and encouragement for the journey ahead. Watch how your intimacy with me flourishes when you yield to the delightful dance of speaking and listening. As you grow in maturity, remember not to forget the childlike wonder that once made you gaze at the sky in awe or giggle with unrestrained glee. Such innocence, such trust, is precious in my kingdom, teaching you that pride and cynicism are foreign to the pathways of grace. Approach me with openness, unashamed to express your excitement, your curiosity, your sincere gratitude, and I will meet you with the fullness of my delight. Let your faith remain wide-eyed, marveling at each demonstration of my power and receiving my blessings with humility. In such a posture, miracles become an expected part of daily life, because your heart is set on the reality that I am a good Father, who loves to lavish good gifts upon his children. Reflect upon the cross, my child, that symbol of ultimate love and sacrifice, the epicenter of your redemption. It stands as an everlasting reminder that I willingly gave everything so that you might live, free from the guilt and penalty of sin. Every stripe, every nail, every moment of agony was born out of a love so deep it defies expression, a love that overcame death itself. Let your gratitude be awakened at the thought of such a price paid for your freedom, and let it move you to share this hope with others. May the cross be the lens through which you view life, constantly bringing you back to the foundation of grace, ensuring that your devotion remains authentic and profound. When opportunities to love sacrificially come your way, do not shrink back in fear or selfishness, for such moments are glimpses of the heart of heaven. Remember the parable of the Good Samaritan, who paused to help the injured traveler when others passed by on the other side. Model such compassion in your daily interactions, serving without complaint, giving without expectation of return, and carrying my grace into the darkest corners. You will find that in pouring yourself out for others, you too are filled to overflowing. Be bold in love, for love is the mark of my disciples, the sign that you have truly encountered my presence. Let your hands, your words, and your heart exude kindness, forming bridges of hope wherever you go. I know you sometimes feel unqualified to be a messenger of good news, worried that your life is not pristine enough to speak of my redemption. But I use ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary works, that all may see my grace at play, transforming the flawed into the fruitful. Remember the Apostle Peter, who denied me thrice, yet became a rock on which the early church was built. Recall Moses, a stammering shepherd who led a nation to freedom. If I can use them, can I not also use you to shine my light in your sphere of influence? Surrender your limitations, for my strength is revealed through them, my power displayed in your inadequacies. You, my beloved, are exactly who I desire to speak, my message of hope, right where you are. Value the gift of community, for you were not designed to walk alone. Share your sorrows and your triumphs with fellow believers, encouraging one another in the bond of peace. Pray together, eat together, support each other in tangible ways, and watch how my presence manifests in the unity of hearts dedicated to love. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in their midst, ready to pour out blessings that exceed human comprehension. Never underestimate the strength that arises from a community anchored in faith, for their collective prayers, shared wisdom, and genuine care can be a fortress against the onslaught of life's hardships. Let the fellowship of saints remind you that you belong to a family that transcends time and geography, a family built upon my love. In the times of waiting, the seasons of transition, and the moments when my answers seem delayed, cling to the assurance that I waste nothing. Every turn in the road, every hurdle, every instance of heartbreak carries a hidden purpose, an opportunity to discover me in ways you never have before. Your testimony is being written page by page, and though you cannot skip ahead to see how it concludes, rest assured that I have already completed the final chapter. My plans are not derailed by human error or circumstantial changes, for I hold the blueprint of your life in my eternal vision. Trust my intention, trust my character, and trust that I am leading you toward a future drenched in hope, where sorrow yields to joy and doubt is overcome by faith. And now, as these words settle upon your heart, remember that you are enveloped in an unchanging love that neither life, nor death, nor angels, nor demons can sever. My affection for you does not waver based on your mood, your success, or your shortcomings, for it is rooted in my very nature. You can find rest in this love, an anchor that holds you steady regardless of the raging seas outside. Stand with confidence in the knowledge that I am for you, not against you, orchestrating all things for your ultimate good and my glory. I know you intimately, and still, I choose you time and again, drawing you closer to my heart with each sunrise and sunset. I bless you, my dear child, and I bless your family, your loved ones, your household, and every endeavor you pursue in my name. Take courage and walk forward, filled with my peace that transcends the storms you may face, certain that my provisions never run dry. When doubts whisper in the corners of your mind, let my promises ring out louder, reminding you of the surety of my word. Gaze ahead with anticipation, for I am constantly at work in your life, shaping you to become a living testament of my grace, a beacon of hope to those searching for answers. Lift your head, for my favor rests upon you, and behold how I scatter the darkness that once loomed. Embrace this day and all the days to come, convinced that the best I have for you is yet to unfold. Look forward with confidence, because the very best is yet to come. My beloved, even now as you absorb these words, let hope swell within your spirit like a morning sunrise that chases the night away. I want you to know that I will not abandon you when challenges abound, nor will I grow silent when you seek my direction. Do not second-guess whether my ears are open to your pleas, for I listen with the utmost attentiveness to every cry, every whisper, and every sigh you breathe in your quiet moments. Indeed, I am the God who responds, sometimes through the gentle prompting of my spirit, other times through the timely comfort of a friend, or the sudden burst of clarity during your daily tasks. Never assume that my voice must arrive in grand displays of thunder and lightning, for my love often moves in subtle ways, carrying peace into the everyday moments of your life. So do not be disheartened when answers do not come wrapped in the packages you expect. Rather, remain receptive to the myriad ways I choose to speak and guide. Hold firmly to the assurance that I am a living God, intimately engaged in the tapestry of your days, weaving grace into every situation, so you may stand confident, knowing I will never leave you nor forsake you. Also remember that you have the power through my Spirit to command mountains to move, not by your might, but by the authority of my word at work in you. When you stand in faith, your words become instruments of change, aligning your circumstances with the will of heaven. So be mindful of the declarations you make, for they can either stoke the flames of fear or ignite the fire of faith. Speak life, speak hope, and speak my promises over every aspect of your journey. Just as I called forth light from the void, creating order out of chaos, I enable you to speak my truth into the shadows that seek to intimidate you. Embrace this blessed partnership, where your faith meets my power, resulting in breakthroughs beyond what the eyes can see. This divine synergy reveals that you are not powerless, but an heir to a kingdom where miracles become the natural outflow of a surrendered heart. Reflect on this truth and watch as you step into boldness you never imagined possible. Allow confidence to replace timidity, and watch as new roads unfurl before your feet, beckoning you to walk in victory. You are destined for triumph, my dear child, because you are forever nestled in the arms of the one who conquered death and holds eternity in his hands. Walk forward now, filled with expectation and a heart wide open to receive my outpouring of blessings. Know that nothing can tear you from my everlasting embrace. Let your soul rest secure, for I am with you always, guiding you into the fullness of my